Friends, I'm about to blow your mind. Hi friends, Tracy here from the Sewing Channel. You caught me. I'm in the middle of making my brand new design wall in my sewing room. I already put one design wall up and tore it all down and redid it with this secret game changer. I'm gonna get right into this here in a second, but by the end of today's video, that flimsy quilt top right there, it's going to totally stick on this wall by itself with no pins, no taping, no anything involved. At least that's the plan. Enough talking already. Let's get busy making our brand new design wall that will stick anything. So I have been just struggling with my design wall because after a while they don't stick, and you can't use fabric softener in the dryer after you wash it if you're using flannel, because then it really won't stick, and you know, it's just a headache, right? So after I was in the middle of that last design wall that I just took down off of here, using this board though, but I used flannel on it, it just wasn't sticking like I wanted it to. I even washed it and didn't use fabric softener. Needless to say, I was struggling because I want a design wall that sticks my quilt blocks and my quilt on it to where I don't have to use pins. Then it came to me, microfiber. I know, microfiber. Now mind you, I don't really like the feel of microfiber. It just doesn't feel good in my hands. It feels weird, but you know what? It does the job. Pink foam insulation board, and it comes accordion style, so you can fit it in your car. It fit in my car. What makes this nice is it's only 1/4 inch thick, and it also is, you can see here, moisture resistant, and it's flexible, energy saving, and all that stuff. Here though, there's kind of like striations within the board itself. I don't know if you can see that. They say to mount that going up and down. So I did keep true to that during this whole process. These microfiber towels are amazing. So this is the biggest microfiber towel that I could find in my town, and I got it at Walmart. And it runs just a little bit over 15 inches square, like 15.5 or something like that. And it comes perforated, and I did try both sides to see which was stickier. Now, the fuzzier side does seem to be a tad stickier, but it's not really that much of a difference. Depending on what you use, just check and see before you go and mount this on your wall to the board. I've already solved the problem on how I'm going to clean this design wall. You'll be amazed. What's nice about this accordion foam is that it's kind of serrated almost, or, you know, cut for you in a sense. So you just have to take a razor blade or scissors and just cut that. Now you can get quite a few out of this. So out of this one big rectangle here, after I cut it, I was able to get 4 just under 15-inch square boards out of it. But I did take 2 of the side pieces and I taped them together. I found that that wasn't a problem with this design wall. You could totally do that and save for if you wanted to put, you know, this somewhere else. It just made for very little waste, if any at all. And I just use regular tape down the seam, and you can see it stays, it's fine. Whoop. They're very lightweight too. I have a little star. This was the original square that I had cut for the size that was going to fit these microfiber towels. It was just shy of 15 inches square because I wanted to be able to wrap around to the sides of this foam board. So on, say, like these boards right here, when I had it laying here, I would lay my template with the star on it in the way of those striations that we talked about earlier. I would line it up on the edge of the board, and I would pencil that square in there. When I went to cut on that pencil mark, I pulled out my rotary cutter, but the trick here was to use an old rotary cutter blade, and I have a ton of those, and I bet you do too. So grab those out. We finally have a use for those dull blades. So then I just followed inside that pencil mark because remember, I wanted to still stay under 15 inches square, just shy of it for this towel. And the reason why you keep using the same star template over and over again, because you don't want to trace this one, cut this one out, and then use this for the next one, because you might be skewed a little bit, you just don't know. So, you know, just keep grabbing the star template to keep tracing your square out. That's a huge tip for you. I even made a tiny one for the top of my design wall. I have skinnier ones. I didn't want to go that high with my design wall with these boards because I want to put hooks to be able to hang my finished quilts, you know, from hooks, because I don't think the finished quilt is going to be able to stay on here because it's like going to be really heavy, right? I don't know. I could be wrong though, but we'll see. Things you're going to need are some good old Elmer stick glue. You're going to need your reusable gel tape or some kind of double-sided sticky something mounting poster tape. And then some dressmaker pins, the real teeny tiny pins. Sometimes if your towel doesn't line up just right, you can take a pin and help put that corner in. That's important. After you get your board cut how you want it, you're going to tear off your microfiber towel, which isn't this so cool? It's on like a paper towel type thing, you know? And it did say that you could reuse it like and wash it 50 times, but you know, I don't think I'll be taking this off. This is going to be what it is for a long time. So the first thing I'm going to do is just lay out my microfiber towel and lay it face down or right side down, the side that I'm going to be sticking with. So the back side of the microfiber towel is facing up. So it didn't matter to me which side I ended up putting the glue on to stick to this. It really didn't. I don't know if it matters in the end. We'll see. But right before I go and stick any glue on here, I'm going to make sure that I have at least a little more than 1/8 sticking out on this over this board right here. And this one could be cut a little bit more. That's why I want you to check, because you just never know, because if you don't have enough to put it along the edge, then it's not going to be right. So let me take it from this end. And it's just a little sliver that I need to cut off. See that? That's all it is. That right there. Okay. If I lay this down, grab my stick glue, and then I just start along the edges first, really good, along one edge per se. And I'm going to fill it in pretty good too. I did test this on another piece, and I found that it does pull off relatively, you know, not real easy, but enough to where you can wash it if you want to, or if you want to put a different color microfiber towel on the board, you can change them out. I know this glue seems excessive, but if you don't put enough glue on here, you have a chance of your microfiber towel gaping off, and you don't want that, especially when you're trying to hang quilt blocks and such. That ought to do it. So then I'm just going to turn it like this. Line it up just so that all of the edges are sticking out a little bit evenly all around. And then when you think you have it, just go ahead and press down. And then you're just going to flip it and then do what we all love to do, just spread fabric out. I mean, I really don't like the touch of microfiber, but this one actually is not as bad as some. Some microfiber towels snag and stuff, and I don't like that. This one doesn't, which I was shocked at. Okay, so this is on there pretty good. I mean, it's not going anywhere. I mean, I could have just, I guess, not put them to the, you know, rounded the edges, but that's just the way I did it. I don't know. But I probably didn't even need to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my glue again, and right along the edge, I'm just going on the pink part, around along the flat edge there. And then I'm going to just lift this up and just roll it onto that side. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add some. And just roll it up with my fingers so it's nice and tight on there. Now here's where these pens come in handy. So on these little corners right here, you can see sometimes a little flap sticks up. Just grab that and go right in the side of the board. And just be careful though you don't come out this way or come out this way, because you know, if you're rubbing along here one day and you have a quilt block, you don't want to stick yourself. And then once you get that side, then you're going to come over here and do this one. This is really quite easy. I've just loved making it so far. I've just been sitting here all day and just, you know, making these. And the good thing about this project is you don't have to cut fabric for it. It's like it's pre-cut design wall, right? Pre-cut design wall ready. Now they may have, which I think they do, microfiber by the yard. That might be something that you might, you know, want to grab or something like that instead of doing the roll, because I was kind of stuck with this size block. When I first made this design wall with the flannel with these boards, I used a bigger block. So I don't know, it's just all up to how you want to do it, I guess. This is what I had, this was my resource, so I went with it. And then I'm going to come over here and just grab that. Whoops. See, I don't know if you can see that, but I stuck it in and it went too far. And I can see the pin sticking up. So I'm just going to go and pull it back out. It's so simple. And then you just reposition, make sure, oh, they did it again. Until you get it right, you just keep going. There we go, it's stuck. You may have to just hold this there for just a second. It honestly sticks right away. It doesn't really not stick to the glue. So this side, I'm going to grab another pin. Oh, I did it again. Oh my goodness. Okay. Go in there and don't peek through. There we go. And look at this. It's so light. I mean, it's perfect. This is the perfect design wall, friends. Okay, let's put it up. Friends, I need your help. If you're finding any value in today's video at all, please do me a favor. I'm this close to 200,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the share button and share it on your social media or share it with a friend. You have no idea how much that helps me out. Plus, leave me a comment. I read my comments faithfully. This mounting, I'm just gonna grab this reusable gel tape, and I got it at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, and it works perfectly, but any mounting tape works. Now remember, I said earlier that these lines that you see in here, the board needs to go like that, up and down. Why, I don't know. Now that's for insulation, so I don't know if it rings true for this or not, but I just listened to what it said. What this is double-sided gel tape. And all you're gonna do is just, you know, put some down there and there. I made sure I did all the corners and then the middle. And then, you know, you can do the sides because sometimes, you know, if it wants to pop out in that one area, it'll be nice and snug up against the next board. So, you know, it's all up to you. Just press them down really good. Don't mind my yucky nails. My nail polish is almost all the way off because I'm going to a quilt retreat next week and I'm going to get my nails done here at the end of the week. So, yeah. Peel off, maybe. You can just peel off those plastic things off the back. Just make sure you get them all because they're clear and it's really hard to see. And they end up on your feet too if you don't throw them right in the trash. Ask me how I know. Sometimes I forget which ones I did, so I just touch them to see. Oh, my nails are so bad. But I figured I'd do this project before I got them done. That way there was no messing around and getting, you know, whatever. And this will dry clear. It should. I don't know. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But it doesn't really matter on this because it's, you know, not going to show. Yep, all of them are sticky. Remember these striations, they go up and down. And then I'm going to go in and just set this. Oh, I don't know if you can see. I want you to be able to see this. Get this out of the way. You just set this where it needs to go and nug it up right there next to that one, and then just push. Now you can see here on some of mine they didn't line up because nobody has a perfectly square wall, at least, I don't know. That's in my opinion anyways, because I don't think this wall, it just has never been totally square, so all my design walls were kind of like off a little bit. So down here I want you to take note of my outlet. So this stuff is so flexible and so cuttable that you are able to cut out what you need as far as like if there's an outlet in the way or a light switch or anything that you have on the wall that you want to work around, it totally can do that. And that's what I did there. Now you can see, I don't know, you see the difference in color there, how the left one is lighter than the one on the right. And I think it's because these towels do have a nap to them, which means the fibers either run one way or the other way, and I did not take note of that. So you can see some of them are actually dark and some of them are light, but they're from the same batch, right? So I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, you can really tell on camera though. I would have to flip all the other ones or recut that one and change it, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to do it, friends. Well, friends, what do you think of my brand new design wall that anything will stick to? I just can't even believe it, really. I can't even believe that I was thinking that this could totally work, and it really did end up working. I mean, I'm just in awe. I'll put the measurements of my design wall here on the screen. It's just really, really cool. So let's get some lint up here on this design wall so I can show you just how easy it's going to be to clean it. So let's get this down. This is just a quilt flimsy. So this is normally what we would be putting, you know, on our design wall after we've made it, right? And in between, everything in between. So let's see here. Now, you're watching me do this for the first time ever. So I don't know if this one had a top or bottom. I don't know, but we're just gonna do it, friends. We're just gonna do it. So first, let's just kind of rough put it up there and see if it works. Like I'm just gonna like, whatever, like this. Let me do this. Let's put this top down here. So everything, let's get the whole thing touching it. Yeah. So I'm gonna do rough. We're gonna roughly put it up here. Oh my gosh, I can tell already it's gonna work. Okay, that's just rough. Like I haven't even done anything really. Like you can see this isn't sticking. I mean, you saw what I just did. I didn't edit anything. That's exactly what I did, is what you saw me do. So let's see if we can fix it though now so that it lays nice and flat. I know it's gonna totally work. I just know it. Because I can feel how it's already clinging, like cling wrap to this design wall. But I really want to get some good lint on this so that you can see how I'm going to clean it. I don't know, is my quilt top even squared up? Probably not, because I didn't trim it yet. And I do have a tutorial on this. You'll just have to look here. I'll put it in the description box if you like this quilt top. This is just a scrappy quilt on point. I mean, this thing is really sticking. Yay, all that labor is worth it, right? But is it straight? I don't know if it's straight or not, but let's take a look. Let me stand back here. Holy moly, that's all I can say. Wow. I mean, it's not straight, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh my goodness, you can totally see the entire quilt. I'm amazed, friends. And by the way, I still have half of that accordion pink stuff left, and I don't know how many I used of these. I'll let you know here. I'll put something up here on the screen. But you and a friend could totally go in on this. I mean, I think I paid $40 for the pink accordion stuff, and this was $24. So you could totally go in with a friend on this and save even more money. Because I doubt anybody's making this big of a design wall in their house. I mean, I don't know. I'm a little over the top, so I don't know. So let's get this down, and then I'll show you how to clean it. Comes down easy when you get it going, but it suctions to it. Okay, so let me get a close-up here because I want you to be able to see. Let me take my camera out here. I want you to be able to see all the threads that came from that quilt top. There's some red ones and some up there. Okay. You can really tell on camera which ones that the nap is going in which direction and so on and so forth. It's crazy. Okay. But I really can't see in person, but yeah, I can, I guess. I don't know, that's wild how that does that, but I'm not redoing this, friends. This is all you need for this to clean it. I'm telling you, you don't need a brush, you don't need anything. Watch how well it cleans. I mean, this right here is beating itself at its own game, right? Because the microfiber is supposed to grab whatever. Well, this is literally doing its job, taking it from the microfiber. So let me show you here what I got. Okay, let's get some more. I mean, that quilt top gave off a lot of thread, friends. And these aren't going anywhere, these blocks. Not at all. I have them securely on there, and plus they're glued. That glue, you know, it sticks really good until you really try to take it off. Now this is still picking up even though it's full. Now that was the first quilt top on this, so there was a lot of thread on that. Jeez. So there is a lot on that. Looks like a little art project. Look at it. I don't even know if I can get it to stay there. No. I've never been so excited about a design wall, I'll tell you. So we got 2 art projects now. Not too bad. I wonder if you could sweep it. Interesting. I'll try that and we'll see. I'll let you know. The fun part about this design wall is the fact that you can make it any size, any shape, you could even put it into a quilt block if you want and put it up on the wall. The one thing I will, you know, as a caveat, so to speak, not to do is put too busy of a print and do what I did and do like a polka dot and a gray. Because when I was working on a project after I had put that design wall up, I just couldn't see things clearly. This one, however, is all gray, and they say gray is best to put as a backdrop for quilters on a design wall, just for the fact that you will see the quilt blocks and the background won't be a problem. So, yeah. I cannot wait to sew my next quilt and put it on this wall. All the links to purchase all of the items to make this design wall that I made in today's video will be down in the description box below this video. Don't forget what I asked you to help me out to do earlier in the video. Until next time on the Sewing Channel, take care.